Let's talk about Amazon Kindle Direct Publishing and some features you've possibly been missing. Yeah, a lot of people are always chasing after all of just the normal things that some of these bigger YouTubers mention, or some of the smaller ones, and some things mentioned in forums, but sometimes they're missing some of just the small things, and some of them that can be big if you apply them. Now, I'm being rather ambiguous and very vague, so why don't we dive into 10 of Amazon KDP's features you've been missing? And it's not going to be an exhaustive list, but it's certainly a great start. And speaking of a great start, I want to give a big shout out to my long-running sponsors, Dibbly Create. This all-in-one writer's tool is, well, gosh, one of my favorite things right now. And for everything producing content in a cloud-based word processor, to formatting a document, to getting assistance from their artificial intelligence-powered bot, Kip. Love me some Kip. Whenever I get stumped in my writing, I lean on Kip to help me out with rewriting a sentence, researching specific items, or even hashing out an outline, book description, or summary. Dibbly Create has everything a writer could need and more. To get free or premium access to Dibbly Create today, make sure you visit my affiliate link over at dalelinks.com/DibblyCreate. Use the coupon code BlackFriday25 until November the 20th, or the 30th, of 2023 for 25% off the annual plan. So let me say that again, Black Friday 25. It's good till November the 30th for 25% off the annual plan. And if you don't want to get the annual plan, you can always try the free one. And they do still run a 7-day free trial of the professional plan. So give it a look, dalelinks.com/DibblyCreate. You'll thank me later. It's been a lot of fun working with them. I've been using that a lot. A lot of people are like, are you really using it? Yeah, I really use it, from everything from my script writing to even writing my books now. Well, let's dive into some of these missing features, because boy, it's 10 items, and some of them, maybe you've heard me talk about them before, but other ones, maybe you haven't. So let's start out in no particular order. I just brain dumped on this particular one. So this very first one is very unique, and I think many people are missing out on this option, and it's the ebook ISBN imprint. So number one, ebook ISBN imprint. Now you're probably saying, okay, what's the deal with the ISBN imprint? So to get you in the know, if you're not familiar with an ISBN, it's an International Standard Book Number, and that is essentially an identifier for your book. And you don't have to have an ebook ISBN. In fact, a lot of publishing platforms don't even require it. But if you happen to be publishing wide, I highly recommend that you utilize an ISBN. Now, whether or not you use it, let's say, for instance, that you are publishing through KDP. Your ebook is not required to have the ISBN, but it says optional inside the imprint name. So what would be the name of the publisher? Now, if you leave that blank on your product page when your ebook goes to launch, it'll say independently published, which that's not a terrible thing. It's not horrible. But in the event that you actually do have an imprint name of some sort, or a name that you would like to do business as, that's a good spot to put that on in there. So for instance, let's say I don't want to spend money on an ISBN, which is insane because I've already got 1,000 of those dang things. I could always put my publishing imprint of One Jack Monkey LLC right in that spot. And it will pop up there on the product page instead of the independently published by. Pretty cool, right? It's a neat little feature. Many people have missed that one. Now, what does it do beyond, stroke your ego? That's just about it. One could possibly make the argument that it's great for search engine optimization. I have no concrete proof of something like that, but something worth considering. Now, the number 2 feature, this is one that I've mentioned before, and this is with ebooks again. It's the X-Ray enabled. So X-Ray is a product that they use across Amazon. So for instance, if I'm watching Amazon Prime over on my tablet, and if I tap the screen, it will pop up X-Ray, where it'll talk about something relevant to a scene, be it the actors involved, or it could probably be some behind the scenes information. So essentially it's like an Easter egg built within Amazon Prime Video. Well, they have that for ebooks as well. And this is something I think every author should be utilizing. It's going to be a great way to share character profiles, maybe a little of the backstory on somebody inside your book, or in instances like nonfiction authors, you can actually, link out to places like, I don't ever recommend this, link out to places like Wikipedia. They directly integrate with Wikipedia. I don't know why, because not all the information is accurate there, but that is what it is. Or you can even just hand type in whatever you want to. Now, this is really nice. This missing feature you aren't utilizing is nice in the fact that actually, if you're a nonfiction author, you will make yourself eligible, plus other criteria to be eligible for this particular category called Great on Kindle. Now, this is a unique category that is invite only, and to really get into that, you actually have to have X-Ray enabled on your ebooks. Now, obviously, X-Ray is not available for print books. That would be pretty crazy. You could be able to tap onto a print book and, find out some behind the scenes stuff. But that one's a really nice one. A lot of people aren't really aware of it. And the cool thing is you just go into your dashboard, you look for the ebook, and inside the ellipses, you can click on that and it'll have enable X-Ray. Click on that, wait for it. It'll probably be like 5-10 minutes. If you've got a real lengthy book, it's going to take a little longer, and they'll send an email to you once it's ready to be reviewed. And then you go through and you have to review all of those items to make sure it's good. And then you just hit publish and it'll be available to the public. Number 3, this one's a pretty interesting one. It is nominating your ebook for 2 promotional features. Now, this is available inside your marketing tab. If you scroll all the way to the bottom of the marketing tab inside your KDP dashboard, you're going to find 2 options for Kindle deals and for Prime Reading. Now, Kindle deals, in their words, Kindle deals are limited time discounts offered on ebooks. You can nominate up to 2 eligible ebooks at a time, and I believe the enrollment period goes for 3 months at a time. You can auto renew it and just leave it on and it just keeps renewing whatever ebook that you have there, or you can disable that. Either way, they will send you a notification at the end of your deal that, hey, look, you're eligible to renew, or this is set on auto renew. Either way, it'll do that. I believe it's 3 months. It could probably be 6 months. My apologies. My memory's just kind of evading me at this point. You'll find out details when you go visit the marketing tab for that particular one. I haven't had much success when it comes to the Kindle deals, but I have with Prime Reading more recently. In fact, in their words, Prime Reading is a rotating selection of ebooks available to Prime members to read for free. You can nominate 1 eligible ebook at a time. And this is only available for KDP Select enrolled ebooks. So for instance, one of the books that I don't have published wide is my Grumpy Gus series. I've been lazy about it. I literally put together this children's book series just as an example on Twitch one time, and I've just kind of let it collect digital dust. It's just not something that has ever been a priority of mine. Well, you fast forward to more recently, I published the books back in 2016 and a couple more after that, but they had actually reached out to me this past September via email saying, hey, we wanted to select your book for the Prime Reading deal. And I was like, yeah, this is cool. It was going to be featured at the end of September to mid-November. And in preparation for today's podcast, I happened to pop in there to look at my results. Now, with Prime Reading, it's a fairly interesting, beast in and of itself. But what I discovered in doing this Prime Reading deal, I was literally getting no page reads whatsoever, like 0, none. As soon as that deal kicked off, it started picking up more. And the closer it got to November, the more it really boosted up in the page reads. So this was really cool. It breathed life into something I really haven't given two bits of a squat towards that, if that's even a phrase. We're coming up with a phrase on that now. There's just at any rate. So Prime Reading, very interesting one. Now, will you be selected for it? Remains to be seen, but it's worth going ahead and nominating your book because it doesn't cost a single dime. Speaking of not costing a single dime, number 4, A+ content. Now, you may not be aware of this, and if you are, you'll know that you can go into your marketing dashboard, and if you scroll down, you see A+ content that is available. Essentially what that is an image and text-based content that's from the publishers that'll be available on your product detail page. A+ content is a great way to further display and demonstrate value to the customers that are visiting your page. Now, as you might or might not be aware of, according to the Amazon advertising certification courses, 91% of customers will check reviews before making a purchase. On the way down to those reviews, guess what's there? A+ content from the publishers section. Okay, we can hit this one twofold. First of all, a lot of people, you're doing great. You got the images and said you're from the publishers area. In fact, you've made some beautiful images via Canva, or BookBrush is another great resource. And the cool thing about the images is you can actually put keywords in a keyword slot. Now, you can't load it up like you do over inside the KDP 7 backend keywords, but nonetheless, it is an additional keyword slot for search engine optimization. But according to the Amazon advertising certification course, got to go right back into this, image-based and text-based modules are built specifically for search engine optimization, making your book's product page more discoverable. So if you've been an author who's been strictly putting out just the image-based modules, might I recommend you kind of intersperse a little bit of the text-based modules and, mix it up with the image-based and text-based ones, because that will help out in discoverability. And this is one of the areas that you can really double down on some of the 7 back-end keywords that you have on your given title, or even expand beyond those ones. So this is the one I think that a lot of people aren't taking advantage of, and I think it's because they just missed it, or in instances like me where I just get lazy and I haven't put it up there. Number 5, invite-only category placement. All right, so this one's going to be a little bit more abstract. It's going to be some advice I'm going to give to you that you're going to have to tweak and play with. So there are some categories that are specific to, a type of book. It's only going to be invite. A number of years ago, I used to be one of the biggest people that were mentioning the short reads category. And you could just ask to be put into the short reads categories, and they were like, yeah, it's invite only, but we'll slip you on in there. But nowadays, it's strictly invite only. You can't ask to be put into a particular category. It is what it is. So in any event, short reads typically are books that are, I think it's less than 2.5 hours, down to 15 minutes of read time. So it's going to vary based on the specific length of your title. And specifically, too, you have to have good category placement as well as keyword selection. So that is the trifecta: category placement, keyword selection, and content length. So what is that content length? Unfortunately, I don't specifically know. I do know that if you get yourself down to, some of my publications that I've had 5,000 to 6,000, words in it, that's definitely a short read. Anything above 20,000, I think it is when you kind of fall out of the short reads categories. And again, you have to have that keyword selection. Now, if you happen to own Publisher Rocket, this is probably one of the ways to kind of growth hack is go into category placement. You're going to find specific categories, not short reads, and in that category, you're going to double down based on the keywords that are associated with that particular category. That will hopefully really increase your odds of being placed in something like short reads. You'll need to do some deeper diving into some of these other special categories to find out how you can place into it, but it takes a little bit of trial and error, I'll tell you that. Number 6, this one's an interesting one. Kindle Instant Book Previews. Ooh, yes. In their words, Kindle Instant Previews can be embedded on the web or shared as a link via email, text, and other favorite apps of yours. So you essentially go to your product page, and if you look just below the pricing where someone's going to check out, it'll say embed. You're going to click on that, and it'll give you a copy and paste code that you can put on your website or you can share elsewhere. Use this embed code just about anywhere. Website's probably one of the best places to do it. And what it'll do is it'll provide the sample chapter that you have available, or the look inside that you have available on your product page. And it's going to be a way that you can convert more browsing customers on your website to buying readers, which is ultimately the name of the game. Really neat feature, kind of like it. May not be necessary for some people out there. Number 7, this one's an interesting one. I think you're going to enjoy this one. Gifting for Kindle. Now, you're probably saying, oh gosh, I got to spend money for this one. Yeah, you do. But hear me out for just a second. Gifting for Kindle, if you buy gifted codes on your product page, you can buy as many as you like. You can email to people. You can even keep the code and hand it out to people however you see fit. And when they redeem that, so long as it's within the first 24 hours of you purchasing that gifted code, it will affect your Amazon bestseller rank. Now, as you may or may not know, Amazon bestseller rank is how they rank your book on their website. The closer you get to number 1, the more sales that you have. The further away you get from number 1, the less sales that you have. And so having gifting for Kindle, gifting that particular thing out. So if you've got some ARC readers that you want to give that out to, if they get it within the first 24 hours, it will affect your ABSR positively. Now, there's going to be some people that might not think that's very ethical. So do with this information as you see fit. The nice thing is, if they don't, get it within the first 24 hours, it won't affect your ABSR. Now, I don't know if this policy has recently changed, but over the past few years, I haven't heard anything different. So let's just assume that it's, business as usual in this particular area. Nonetheless, if you gift out something to somebody, it's a great way to market and promote your book and get the word out, especially through things like an ARC reader team. Number 8. Author Essentials editorial reviews section. Now, I have to clarify this right here. This is a US feature only. And I had a conversation with my good buddy, Esty Houston. Shannon, big shout out to her. Shannon was like, I don't know where this is at, Dale. And we were on a phone call and I'm just kind of like, I had to walk her through it. And she's like, oh my gosh, this is really cool. So if you're already publishing to Amazon, regardless if you're going through KDP or anywhere else, claim your author profile over on Amazon and then claim each one of the books so it goes on your author profile. By the way, that's another, little bit of a bonus for you. A great way to further search engine optimize your author brand is an author profile, because it'll put an additional landing page and it will index all of that and make it more discoverable to more people. So you've got Author Central, you get your profile, go find the book. You're going to go into the books. You're going to select the edition of either Kindle or paperback. I don't recall if it was on hardcover. It might actually, I believe it's on hardcover. It's not available for audiobooks, but it's available in US only. And what you'll do is go into the editorial reviews. You're going to click edit on it, scroll all the way down, go past the editorial reviews section. You can put editorial reviews there, by the way. Fantastic, great section to go ahead and put that for any reviews you're getting off of the Amazon platform. Now, what you're getting on the Amazon platform, but there are additional sections such as inside flap. There's the additional things like the front and back flap, could be the back cover, and bio. Create yourself a very specific bio for this particular book. And this is the area that you can help search engine optimize your author bio to really help things out. So find some good keywords, interweave that organically within your bio, make yourself more discoverable. Again, it's only a US feature. It is available to all account holders. It's just only available in the US. So number 9, the community tab. As much as it pains me to suggest this as a feature that you're missing, it actually is useful. Yes, the community tab is a forum that's available inside your dashboard in KDP. And what you can do is go in there, make sure you're signed in, and anytime you have a question, concern, comment, you can always post it there if they can't otherwise cover it inside the Contact Us feature. I always recommend, if you got questions, go to Contact Us first and then go into the community tab. I'm not the biggest fan of the community tab for many reasons, including that there are some gatekeepers there for whatever reason that are short-tempered and don't have the patience to sit down and work with you. And so they typically tend to be a little bit snippy with you from time to time. I've reported this to the KDP team and they're definitely aware of this particular shortcoming and they're working to make it better. More recently, they had a complete overhaul of that platform to where everything is organized into separate sections, into separate compartments and in buckets. So it's easier to figure out, okay, I need to go over here to talk about Kindle Vella, or I need to go over here to talk about print books. It separates it out to where you can kind of understand a little bit better. Now, this is where you're going to find out all the relevant features that are coming out, as well as any type of rollouts that are going to be coming in the near future. You're going to find a lot. In fact, some of the times when you guys see me pop up on a sudden live, it's because I've been paying attention to that community tab. Get in that community tab, check it on a weekly basis, because you're going to find from time to time, watch out for the KDP posted ones. And you're not looking for just any Tom, Dick, or Harry or some Joe Jabroni who's, posting something like that, which you're welcome to go ahead and look up Joe Jabroni's post by all means. Look for the ones that are posted by the KDP team. And it'll actually say like their actual, KDP Greg or something like that. It'll always say who it's from, and you'll be able to get more insights from them based on what's coming in the pipeline. And then another one to consider is number 10, Amazon advertising courses dedicated to KDP. I can't express to you the number of times that people will come and ask me about Amazon advertising. And I'll answer the question. I'll typically say, hey, go check out the Amazon advertising certification courses. They're 100% free and available inside your Amazon advertising dashboard. Even if you don't use Amazon advertising, go through these courses. It will blow your mind. For instance, I've already shared just some of those snippets from the Amazon advertising certification courses. It was free for me to learn this stuff. And they have specific webinars too that are on replay that you can check out that are devoted to KDP, and even more about the Amazon platform. If you want to master this platform, learn directly from them. You can spend thousands on some designer course by some big guru about Amazon ads, or, hear me out, go right to the source. Get the facts right from the people, and it's 100% free. One more big shout out again to Dibbly Create. Get free or premium access to my preferred writing tool when you visit my affiliate link at dalelinks.com/dibblycreate. Don't forget to use the coupon code I mentioned earlier. Details are, of course, in the show notes. Here are my final thoughts. I know you lean on me to share all the relevant news about KDP, but sometimes if you keep your eyes peeled, you'll see something that nobody else, including me, will see. After all, I'm not the be-all, end-all of Kindle Direct Publishing. Look, I appreciate that, and some of you actually feel that way about me, but you have to keep an open mind. Even I study from everybody that I can, because I learn something new every single day, and I keep myself receptive to those things, and I won't miss out on those cool features unless, of course, I'm lazy, and that event, that's just on me. Hey, next week, we're going to be talking about the next big thing to Amazon KDP. Till later, this has been Self-Publishing with Dale, and I'll chat with you then.